CLG bring it today in the server, especially on Split, Yinzu?
Yes, well, they are going to go into game now, and both of these teams are going to want to win, so I cannot wait to find out who's going to be right. Steph or Mimi, take this away.
Yeah, and now into this
Thank
TSM.
you.
I mean, it's the same thing we saw yesterday, right? Steph out from TSM, and it's also the exact same thing we just saw out of CLG in terms of comp. So nothing really special that I'm seeing in the server right now.
Yeah, nothing special. TSM Cath onto the stage. We also have a Sage Mirror. Animal has been playing Sage all weekend, so there's absolutely no surprise there. CLG versus TSM. I'm trying to see. Okay, only the breach is different. We have a breach and a Reyna, so that's the only. We always have a mirror match here coming in. And I really want to see if TSM is just not going to be like, you know what, let's just copy exactly what Moon Raccoon did here and try to get away to CLG skin. But as we're getting ready in the server, Mimi, super excited to be bringing the action onto the Valorant stream. The VCT Verizon Game Changers, the second game of the game, the elimination game for the first time onto the mainstream. CLG versus TSM, a classic.
A classic matchup, as you say, a huge one for both of these teams. They're both orgs with something to prove, picking up these rosters. They're both orgs that want to do proud in this tournament, and one of them is going to be sent home in the middle. Emily, she's kind of one of these big players, a sole duelist, and she's up quick, but so is Benita. Pushing down into mid, she'll find Ari. But Emily's trying to wrap back into play here, ready, but the alarm bot still doubles the damage on her, and it makes it easy for Animal. Now, Zoe has a spike down on B, and they're actually going for the CT side take. We've seen them do this a couple times. They're ready to fight. Flash up, here it comes, and the blind is perfect for Cath to get one. A second as well now for the TSM players, and they have this into even odds. Chobo a little nervous to keep pushing as Athena finds one on site. So suddenly, CLG, they find themselves at a disadvantage. Benita is up on the site, but Utility still keeps her at bay. A dink from Zoe, and the turret could even finish her off here. Chobo, though, holding up top. I don't think they have Utility left, so they have to fight. They get her off the spike, one up top, and Chobo finds one, but the trade good through. TSM, how did they pull that off?
I like that push spawn. It's exactly what you need to see. You cannot let CLG get control of that map once you lose two. You know, CLG had such a great beginning of round, but that pop flash into spawn, that breach difference here with Zoe. And I don't know if it's Cath that said, hey, let's retake this spawn, or I don't know who made that call, but that was a great call. After that, CLG not able to bounce back, losing so many players into that fight. Props to TSM for not allowing CLG to win that retake. This is what I want to see from CLG on their attacking side. This is what that was lacking versus Maroon. Versus Moon
Not again. Oh no, I thought we were past that phase.
I removed the post-it.
Oh god, how could this have happened? Animal has the Bucky. She really loves this weapon. Let's see if she can do anything with it. Benita also has a shotgun of her own, and Animal gets that first one. In comes Benita, spamming away, but they're ready. Animal still has the trade for even odds with Zoe, and Rise will recover that ever-present eye on Bucky, but the Utility spamming away, keeping Rise at bay for now. She wants to peek out. They want the spike down, and Naomi stops that for now, but Emily has the trade back. A 2-on-2. So close, and Chobo has the HP to peek out here, but a dark cover keeps them away for now. Spike's still on the floor. It's not even in the ground, and they're pushing out, but Cath finds it, closes that up for TSM.
This is really scary, but again, TSM, when their back is against the wall, they're stuck in that corner. Someone is making a move here, and they're like, you know what? Let's fight that person pillar. There was so much hesitation from Chobo around it. I wish that she had that confidence to just kind of swing and peek, but she's like blocking her teammate around that wall. It was kind of awkward with everything that happened. I like to see that CLG, though, dropped a lot of the TSM player, but unfortunately for them, they're going to be on another really not great buy. I was about to use the S word. You know, keeping me in check, Mimi, all the time.
Has to happen. Only up mid here. Has a Spectre, and she will check, but not soon enough. Great double dink from Benita. She's actually trying to find more here. Good damage onto Zoe. The aftershock will come out, but Benita's already left. Happy with the little run and gun get away with things, but look how much Zoe has farmed this ult orb. She already has Rolling Thunder up to bat.
Benita got a quickie eel here, though, so it's like she's all fresh and washed up. Lead by 1 with the breach at half HP. This could be dangerous for TSM, although CLG is on a really weak buy. Just the fact that all of CLG is ready for that corner and that paranoia is going to come in. It's not a paranoia, my bad. The dark cover, and look at this. The kills are getting exchanged all in the hands of Ari here in a 1 versus 3.
Trapped behind the box now, needs to fight her way out, has the first, but so much damage done. Now into a 1-on-2, and through the box, Animal finds her. So, CLG, they reply, and that was a lot of investment from TSM for just a bonus round.
Yeah, really great round by CLG. The reads, it all started with the kill, Benita and mid. That kill really forced TSM, you know, kind of to pick a decision. Let's pick a side. Let's fall back. You know, we lost a player. We're not able to trade. So Benita keeping that control of heaven, at least. That intel, hearing that all of TSM was going back towards A, kind of gambling on it, really was key here. We're going to see our first operator of the game with a really, really, really small buy from TSM.
Not a lot invested in for them. Animal in mid. She loves hopping up onto this wall. We saw her do it a lot earlier on here on Split, and Animal wants to fight a little bit more. She'll have to suffice with 1 for the moment. CLG Red have positioning towards mid, but Naomi spamming through the smoke. Needs still holding with the off towards B, and CLG with this lighter buy don't seem to be finding a way into it.
Cool and collected kills coming out of Naomi. TSM is just taking their time. They're trying to see if they can catch someone off guard, being NC here, watching their flank. CLG being really disciplined, and this is what we like to see. Only Animal was kind of playing around middle, but now that she's running out of utility, playing a more defensive setup, and we have 3 players from CLG towards that beat. It looks like that's where TSM is heading at.
Yeah, it does look to be the direction for now, but they still have disadvantageous odds. In comes Rise for 1, looking for another. Might just get it over to the Sheriff. The bucky shot's not hitting. How is she still alive? Zoe gets it, but her teammate falls to Benita, and Zoe will be dealt with as well. So CLG, they do well in the anti-eco to only lose 1.
Yeah, this is a great round from CLG. This also is probably putting in place, like, you know, that discipline I just talked about, and also the way that the comm scene's a little bit better. But I don't want to give too props to CLG, because every beginning of the last 2 matches we saw them on this stream, they were ahead. They seemed to have that cool, calm, collected situation, and it kind of backfired on them. So this time, TSM getting ready right outside A. I think we're going to see an explosive setup coming out of them.
Yeah, Benita trying to get the timing on the op shot, but it won't happen. Now this is what we see a lot from TSM. Quick executes, going fast upwards with those breach flashes. We see them find space towards heaven, towards ramp. They'll start to wait their way into this one. Pushing up, so much space to work with. But still, many players waiting on the A side. They have nothing to really work here, and a flank is of opportunity soon. Here comes the op from Benita, good for 1. That's Emily taken out of the round, and she wants to keep fighting, but the player in hell is gone. But the flank from Animal comes through, and CLG, they just take it away from there, only losing 1 in the round.
That's what we were not seeing last game of CLG. These crossfires winning so much time for the rotate to be happening. I don't know if you saw, it was a little scary. TSM was crushing onto Benita, but it didn't matter because Rise was pushing, flanking. All of CLG was converging. So even though there was a split defense here, they were winning so much time and not falling for all of the players to converge on TSM. And this is going to push TSM to be on a 5-man Sheriff here onto round number 6.
Yeah, the op, almost the collide. I think it may have connected, but great shot from Ari. Resurrection, though, immediately back in play. Zoe wants to try and get this pick just over the box. She can't spot it. Up top goes Animal, doing the old classic up on the wall, but nothing working quite yet. We see Killjoy postured with the ult towards A site, and they'll rotate over to work off of this. Benita's on a quick rotate, but it will have to be the retake play for CLG most likely here. Chobo jumping for information. She wants to see that this is committal. And now she'll know, actually still fighting. She's not smoked off, but the swarm grenade might suffice. She wants to peek out, but nothing will come quite yet. So TSM, 4v5, they have the site control.
I like these bumpers here, and TSM, as we saw a little bit earlier, they're not trying to stay in the site. They don't want to be pinched. They were trying to push for spawn, but kind of unsuccessful. Let's see if CLG is able to retake that bomb site. It's a 5 versus 4 as CLG decides to get in. They didn't clear corners. Actually, they did. Zoe was in the back of you all, and no one falls from CLG. This is a flawless round. Totally different CLG in the server so far here, as they are in the lead 4-2.
CLG, they're making a case for themselves, especially on these retake plays that they really struggled with that against the Raccoons, but now they're coming into this a little bit more, finding a little bit more to work with. But if we recall that previous matchup, remember how they would always find the early momentum and then it would spitter out. It would just disappear. And it would move against them. But this is again a different team, and CLG, they're fired up, I'd imagine, because they know they need to win this. They know elimination is on the line. So it might not be the case here. However, it is a bye round on the cards, and TSM looks split, leaning towards the B side.
The action is going to happen a little bit towards middle, a little slower round here for TSM. Yeah, a double up here towards Hell. Towards Heaven onto B, and that wall here is going to be broken right away. Unfortunately for Animal, she's going to have to retrieve Benita as well. And we're now in completely passive mode as far as CLG's defend goes.
Yeah, they are playing this slow, playing it safe now. And they have a lot of territory to work with into the middle. Heaven still will be the place to execute. The flash is up, but it doesn't hit Benita. So she dismisses away. And Animal's ready, powered up by the blind, but still Zoe finds it. Now the Killjoy lockdown in play. This will keep him off in 45 seconds to work with, though. A rotation is possible, but they have to call soon. And out comes the push. Ari holding tight, trying to hold the line, but Benita's there. And so is Naomi. They each get one of their own. And Cath, 30 seconds left. I think she'll have time if she runs it to A, but still a 1v3. This is tough, Steph.
Really tough. And it doesn't even matter for me if she plants the spike. Yes, it's good for her team. And CLG will have a 1 versus 3 retake, so they're sticking together. They're gonna let her try to get that spike. She's confident that there's no one. She has plenty of time to make it so. So CLG is gonna be on their retake. Cath, though, Sage in hand, there's not much she can do, and she's gonna have to try to go aggressive here and finding these 1 versus 1. We have one player low onto CLG. It's Benita.
Yeah, and that's the first one. That's huge.
First one to fall.
Yeah, that's great for Cath, because now she has this a little more set off. The wall buys her time to position herself in the site. She needs another fight, gets 1. Now she can back away, still full HP. A 1 versus 1 here now. This shouldn't be winnable, but Cath is making it work behind. They're ringing around the Rosie, and I'm not sure if they saw the tail end. Still searching on the site. Cath circling around. Shark in the water, up behind, they'll hear it. Chobo forced off the spike, time so low, and Cath is still kicking it. She'll just win it off the time. How does she pull that off? A 1 versus 3. That seemed impossible, Steph.
And this is where the experience is coming in. The pacing for CLG Red, unfortunately, not able to trade when she got these 2 kills. Although, like, it seemed that they should have, because every time that she got the kill, there was a player also available on their screen to be able to trade it. So CLG here losing at 1v3 is not a good look, but you have to put that behind and really focus onto the next round, because the momentum is still on their side. That round for me is a fluke as far as this game goes, and they cannot let TSM ride that win to later. And that Cath this time is not able to do a 1v3 once again. She's gonna be deleted from the server right away.
That's also a resurrection taken out of play off the rip, which is really a big one to lose. TSM now, they love this mid control, but thus far they haven't found too much from it. Again, this Killjoy on the lurk towards A. And it's slow, as Emily is starting to fall away to recover spike.
in these slow rounds in this game, CLG has been coming out on top. So this could be dangerous for TSM. We talked about how the chaos is what CLG struggles with. But once they can set up their defense and set these trades ready, TSM hasn't really found the answer yet. 8 rounds in.
No real solution. Here comes the Rolling Thunder, though. This allows them to push into heaven. But look at the ramp present from CLG. There's 2 here. Ready. Paranoia up. Blinds 1. Choba holds close. Ready for the frag. And she'll get it onto Ari. Annie Mall, another. CLG picking up the pace here. The flash is good, but the shot is better.
And this is exactly what I was talking about. If you just do really minimal chaos and get into CLG's crosshair, they're coming out on top here today. So you cannot let CLG get comfortable into their defense. You can't give away these early picks. CLG was pushing versus Moon Raccoon too, but Moon Raccoon was coming out on top. And here Benita is able to get a pick, fall back, and then it makes it so much easier onto CLG's back to have to play that 4 versus 5 and just have to force TSM on a save right away after Cath has won a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, TSM here, as you mentioned, on that lower buy. And I like the way Animal's playing this. I don't know if they'll be ready. But what's even more menacing on the horizon is Benita's spot holding the line in main. Stuns up, it'll push her off. Jazz flashes to go out. Benita still falling away, doesn't want to lose the off to the eco. Rise 1, made into so much utility, pressuring. And Rise is still kicking it in sight. The op. Oh, I'm not sure how that didn't hit, but it was narrowly close. And Annie Mall's pushing in. She'll just pick up 4 kills to get her the resurrection and to convert the anti-eco.
Animal with the quadruple kill. Every time we see her in play on CLG, she's at the top of the scoreboard right now, and she's doing a tremendous work. She gets these doubles, these triples, these quadruple kills all throughout the weekend. But I really like the way that Benita and Rise were able to kind of bait and switch around that pillar. Benita not falling after the initial fault line and being able to go back and watch Rise's back was really key here. It could have been really dangerous. Mimi, it was really scary. You never want to have that op versus a couple of pistol being overwhelmed. That was a really great adjustment really early into the round, and we're gonna have our first pause of the game, and I have to assume it's a TSM win.
Yeah, I mean, this map, after the changes, I think the attacker side, you can thrive on it a little more. And the way that TSM like to play with that flashy, pop, execute kind of stuff, that style is getting shut down right now. They're not able to convert the rounds they do that. They had 1 from a clutch, the other 2 are the pistol and the conversion. They haven't won a gun round cleanly yet, at all, in this map. And I think that's why they need to stop. That's why they need to talk, and they need a solution for these last 3 rounds.
Yeah, it's not over for TSM in this round. We can see a 6-6, especially versus the CLG Red that hasn't been that consistent coming into their momentum. They've been kind of shut down multiple times throughout the weekend. So I wouldn't say that this is an undoable situation for TSM. And what I like to see, I mentioned before this game how Cath was going to need to show up today. And she's, in my book, almost the only one that's showing up at the moment. She won that 1 versus 3, but she's been doing a lot of work. On the flip side, Emily has been struggling. She's not really entering into these bomb sites. She haven't seen that raise impact yet so far.
And I also haven't seen that dynamic duo, that Zoe-Emily pair that I love to talk about because I love to see them play, and it's just not happening. Benita's here with the op. The wall keeps her off the line for now. She's still ready here. Not a lot of Reynas will op on this map, but Benita, she does it very well. Possibly a chance here at Zoe's head, just tantalizing around the corner. And TSM, they're still just playing the contact here, playing for the space. And Emily, you said she was having a tough one, and the odds get no better as she is taken immediately out. Annie Mall now holding in close. Resurrection is in her back pocket. The direction for TSM seems to be A, this is the right call, but look at all the utility. And look where Benita is.
She's ready to get some entry frags. And what was that Tina doing? I'm not quite sure. She had her knife out, not ready and expecting Benita to be there at heaven. And CLG Still outnumbered even with that resurrection, and lots of ult in play here to secure that B-bomb site.
Have a look at the flank coming in. It's huge from Jobo for 2 frags. Now spike down. And that'll just be CLG fixing that up in short order. They came through so quickly on the retake on that flank there that there was no time for TSM to even brace themselves. I loved that play.
That slow pacing that TSM is showing to us is exactly how Moon Raccoon was playing in the first 6th round of Blind. And this is where CLG excel at. When you give room for CLG to push, to really control the map, to get these picks and fall back, so far, it has not been working for their opponents. CLG needs to continue in that route because TSM doesn't seem to be adjusting.
Yeah, I mean, half this roster are veterans of CSGO. They know how to play against a slow default where you might catch them off guard is going quickly, rushing, using utility, but it doesn't seem to be happening. Still, Bonita, body blocked, will still get away. The spray through the smoke does damage. Utility up, they're spamming away, pushing in. Bonita, she's very low, very compromised here, but look at TSM. They're immediately turning an about face and heading towards A. Naomi up top has the swarm. She's ready for this play because she's seen it before, but she's not ready for Zoe. The frenzy for 1. And now they have to go on to site, but look where Rise is. A perfect spot to find frags. 2 for 1 into elbow, but TSM, they're actually going into defender spawn here. They want to kill Bonita. They'll get it, but now where do they close? It's B. Look at the spike already over there, and Ari will join. Now CLG, they have to regroup. They have to come back into this, and Ari needs a frag early. Wants a fight. She gets it, but doesn't win it. Jobo, that's massive. Cath would have to do it a little better this time. A 1v4 on the cards, misses the shot, trying to peek back in. She needs this kill, but isn't able to get it.
TLG Red closing another round in the ends versus TSM, and we're even going to see a little bit of a spike discussion. Who's getting that last orb as we head into the last round of this first half? Like I mentioned, I want to see a disruptive TSM. I want to see a faster paced TSM. It seems like even when they're getting control of somewhere on the map, let's say they're going fast mid or A main up in heaven, they pause. And that pause is where CLG has been just better, has been on the rotate better, has been on the flank better. So don't pause. Continue exploding. This is probably CLG's weakness. And if you die, and I'm loving the mini map, what I'm seeing right now, all of the players from TSM are ready either for a B push, and this is where Bonita might get overwhelmed here.
Yeah, she wants a shot here, and she gets it the tightest line. Emily having no good luck in her fortunes. Ari has the refrag though, but look where Animal is. This is so sneaky. Who would ever expect it? Not Athena. Animal betters her. And a 4v3 now. A work back in for CLG Red and TSM. It feels it's been ages since a post plant for them, but they still aren't finding the success they need. Zoe towards main. They're playing off the spike from that position. She might even go for a flank. But CLG, they're ready on this retake, and out comes the showstopper. They're going in quickly. Rocket connects. That's Ari taking care of Cath. She's the only woman on site. She needs to go big here and can't even find one. Zoe, she's late to the show, rotating up a dark cover on the spike. And at this point, she's trying to spam, but she can't do a thing. That's a 9-3 half dominant for CLG.
Once again, Animal doing so much work for CLG, keeping that control of middle, not dying to Athena was key here. It doesn't matter if Bonita got traded. If Animal loses that control up to heaven to Athena, this is a completely different round for CLG Red. But you have to also think maybe Athena went a little too fast. Maybe she challenged that heaven a little too quick for my taste. If you take more time here, as we watch some of the replays of the first half, you have more chances to win these battles, because it was so early that Animal was still ready. She was still holding, like you said, in that really incredible position. One that I don't even know if I would have cleared too, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, TSM, I don't think they're playing to their strength. I tried to talk about this a little bit earlier in that CLG, all of these players are so experienced against this type of gameplay. They're used to playing against slow defaults. They're used to playing against that counter-strikey style of play. What they probably aren't as used to is when teams go quick, when teams go for it, like the Moon Raccoons did. But TSM, they aren't showing what I expected. They're not showing that quick, that in-your-face gameplay style. And I wonder if confidence is a factor. Is the mental getting shot a little bit here?
Yeah, you have to call confidence because, like I was mentioning, when they do pause, that's when CLG is coming out on top. So when they're taking their time and trying to like put in pride, they're not successful. CLG is the better experienced team, at least in the server so far. They're showing a better display of teamwork. So I'm looking forward to seeing the TSM on the CT side, because if they do exactly what I would like them to do on the T side, which is go aggro, disrupt CLG really early on, this is where potentially they can make something happen and come back into this game. And we're gonna have to see it really fast, really early, because in the last 10 rounds, CLG won 9 of it.
Yeah. TSM at the half, they need to pause. They won the pistol round last time. If they want a chance, they need to do it again. But this time they're gonna need momentum afterwards. They're gonna need to build into things. And from CLG, well, what else would we expect from them but a setup for a default, what they know and what they love.
We're coming in as the second half is starting. 9-3 for CLG Red. TSM needs to win this pistol, at least to just feel a little more secure, a little less pressure on their back. They're trying to go aggro here towards B main, but Shobo is shutting that down, doing it really well here, keeping 3 players of TSM towards that B-bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what we expect, but Ari picks up that first frag over towards the A site, so a good start for TSM, but they again have to capitalize off of it. We see CLG sneaking their way into the vents. They're looking for something of an A split here. Athena's up top. Now she's getting pinched in from 2 angles, and the trade is through from Rise. Now Ari in here to hold the cross. A push out from Chobo. Spam's going both ways. Nothing connecting. She has to hide from the blast pack so it doesn't kill her. But Cath gets one felled as well. And Ari has to push quickly, trying to do something with Chobo. Will best her in the flank through from Benita. One, the overheal coming up. She's so low, and Zoe will find it. Now 1-on-2, doable for Zoe. She knows at least one is held. Will she expect 2? Now she'll see that they're both here. Has 1 blind to work with. This could be huge. Both can't see the spam going every which way. Zoe can't find the shots. Now she has 1 bullet. Has to reload. Chobo hopping up and over. It's chaos. Nothing's going right except for that. Zoe picks it up, clutches the round for TSM in a pistol that they absolutely needed, Steph.
Was Shobo out of bullets? Is
I
that
think
what
so.
happened?
I'm not sure. That was
my
something.
God, how did Zoe win this clutch? This is pulling TSM back into this game. I cannot believe that flashed both the players. Also cannot believe they were able to recover in time to kill her. I wish they swung out just a little bit earlier. When they got the initial contact, they should have said, like, okay, let's swing it before she reloaded and threw that flash. But, you know, that round is in the past, and Zoe is going to do so much to keep TSM reading into this game. That was spectacular.
Emily had a rough go of things in the first half. That really needs to change for TSM into this one. This could be your chance for some free frags, for a confidence booster, which is only good for 1. Jobo has the trade back. Zoe now a little trapped inside, will blind Cath completely. Bit unfortunate, but still not a huge factor. CLG pushing through the wall. Cath from 1 up top has a heal through. They're playing this very well. Zoe just running it down with the Spectre. Finds a couple frags of her own. That's exactly what we needed to see out of TSM.
Yeah, 9-5. The difference between the amount of rounds on the scoreboard for TSM is getting smaller and smaller as they are winning 2 rounds in a row, and they're going to be on a bonus situation here. All of their players did not have to rebuy. You can see everyone kept whatever they had last round, except Emily. She died, but she is ready with the Sheriff. We have, on the other hand, all of CLG ready. So I'm excited to see how their default is going to look like, because right away you can see they want to take middle control while 2 of their players are contesting that A ramp with so much utility from TSM.
Yeah, a lot for them in this one. But Naomi has an entry onto Athena. Ori now trying to hold tight towards hell. She does have the judge, though, the weapon for the job. And she'll find the first. She can recover a gun now if she can get over the ledge. Yeah, alright, she figured it out. Got it going now, but Bonita gets Cath. Unsuspecting. Already still low. Finds one, looking for more. Can't do it. 3 on 2. But Zoe has the Rolling Thunder up. This is a doable retake. Rise deciding to plant in the back corner. Her teammates posturing themselves for a great post plant. Not together here. The Rolling Thunder, they know it's in play. They don't want to set themselves up in a situation where it could win them the round. So he has a lot to work with here. A lot into the round, but Chobo is in such a good spot. Finds one, but actually doesn't. Zoe, quicker, and now the Rolling Thunder can come out. Actually, they might not lose it here. Are they going to? Yes, here it comes, one in main. They have to deal with Bonita, but she's just diggling out, taking these taps one by one. And Zoe, at this point, there's nothing she can do. That fault line actually might get one killed, but regardless, CLG Red, they're up to double digits.
Oh, I thought Zoe was gonna do it again, getting that kill into Shobo's key. She also picked up a free B weapon, so I'm like, oh no, Shobo. But at the same time, I like to play, so it's hard to be upset. You know, I think that was map control that could have been key for CLG if they don't decide to go back to spawn. But in the end, Bonita securing that bomb site while the Rolling Thunder had been applied is really, really good. CLG winning another round. Double digit, I've been seeing it all day. It's a really, really important number to hit when you're playing Valorant. And this is for the first time today. Gonna be CLG getting it first.
Find that early pace. TSM, they need 5 on the trot to come back into a favorable spot. Eyes towards mid, looking for the turret. Looking for something, but the flash is good, and the push up from Chobo finds one. Nade takes care of Rise on the trade back from Emily, but here comes the showstopper. However, CLG, they're still in middle. I mean, everyone pushed away. It's not going to find them anything, nor will it pick up any space stuff. So this is a 4-on-4. And TSM, I mean, they're not going to be happy with this quite yet. They need information. They're starved of it. And Athena might get more than info. She gets an onslaught of 3. Still good to find 1. Emily up in heaven. Looking for a shot. She knows that they could exact towards B, but the rotation still a possibility. And they'll disengage for now. Leaving just Chobo towards the side of B, but she'll join the team. Look at the push down, though.
Ooh.
I mean, they're going for information here again. They need it, but this is such a big mistake. Look where they're going. They're going towards A.
I like the play, but I can't believe CLG is even smarter in this. You know, I really like the push. If CLG was going B, this would have been a perfect play, but we're going to have to see a 3 versus 3 retake as the bomb is going to get planted towards B. And this is where CLG really struggles on their post plant. And again, they're giving a lot of room. They're trying to retake that mid, but I don't know. Oh, it's for the res, maybe.
Oh no, this is a tough spot for TSM. Look how much time is being wasted just by the rotations. They have everything that they need. The perfect setup in the post plant. This is going to be so hard for TSM. They still have Zoe on the breach. They still have blinds, but look where Bonita is. She's coming in behind them. A huge player in this round. Chobo has the crossfire, swinging out for 1, looking for more. And TSM's on the trades, but Bonita up top. The flank comes to fruition. And Steph, that's CLG. They're already on 11.
11 round, and this is key here. Bonita had that flank. The way they went back to get that res, they res, and Bonita stayed there, and War's going towards that flank. This is not something that we saw at all on Bind. This is not something we saw at all on the last split. So CLG really finding their groove, really finding the momentum to be making these plays, to be a little more creative instead of just waiting for their demise into a bomb site that they have no control on, even after the spike is planted. My energy is getting pumped up because I like when teams bounce back. And right now, CLG Red is bouncing back.
They sure do seem to be in a better spot now. TSM, they're still playing this very similar, but this time the Ari factor's in it. She plays perfectly off her one-way to get Naomi. This is the advantage that they need, but remember, TSM had it last time, and they still couldn't win the round. Now Ari takes damage, flak on her way away. A heal could be a possibility, and CLG, ever slow, ever present, will start to make their way towards mid.
Nothing is secured here into this round. Yes, CLG is down by 1. Might be the first time, too, that they get first blooded on. But TSM still has really good position. There's 3 people towards that mid, so it's not looking that great. And they're hearing all of that rotation. The sound that they're doing right now, CLG, I don't know if it's on purpose. It might be just a bait to have that rotation being pulled off. But all of TSM is either mid or in B right now.
30 seconds left.
That's huge for Animal. Out comes the Bucky from Emily. Damage, no kill. Animal for 2. Emily again forced to retreat, but look, they're already on site. They're already fighting. Zoe's here, but only finds a pick. This could be match point, and it looks like it, as Emily is forced to clutch a 1v3. We've seen Cath do it before her. But Emily needs to step it up. I mean, Zoe too. Emily needs her turn. She needs to come into this. Out comes a showstopper. No, my God, it doesn't connect, but she still has 2. The frags for Emily. The last towards main. She can hold the spike to half, but she has the wrong read coming up behind her. And this could be all but over. It is. Rise shuts down the chances and will pick up match point.
I really thought we were going to see another 1v3 versus CLG Red right now, but not going to be able to close it. And you know, TSM can't be in this situation. They can't ask all of their players to win a 1 versus 3 at some point. It just doesn't make any sense. So they have to just be better. How did we lose this round if we're TSM? We had all the information in the world. We were ready. Every TSM player was towards B and middle, and still we're losing all of our fights. We're at match point for CLG, and TSM really does not have the right book here as a read against CLG.
Yeah, and here comes Benita. She is feeling it now. She's just charging in with the Reyna. Empress, she's an unstoppable force, just sending it all the way towards defender side spawn. Athena shows herself down in hell, and Shobo gives some damage away. Benita trying to fight. Here come the flashes though from Zoe. Into the heavens. They come, they have to go big, they have to live here. But Benita is still finding frag, so is Chobo. Taps away for 1. And Zoe has asked the impossible. A 1 versus 5. Just a judge. Very little utility to work with. She has the stun to keep them away, but has to push into a slow. And CLG, 13-5. They run away with things over TSM in map 1.
They were really never contested. I'm very surprised. I'm surprised in 2 ways. Surprised that CLG was so dominant right after, extremely confident. This is on paper the best map that they played this weekend. The only map that was so one-sided. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, I already spotted that Viper, so I'm ecstatic. But TSM have to win this if they want to stay in the competition. Over to you, Mimi and Steph.
Yeah,
Thank you so
look
much.
at the agent select. I'm very, very, very excited, Steph, because not only do we get the treat of Ari on the Viper, we also get Zoe playing Skye, and if they're playing that very hallmark Valorant style, something you can't do in another game, where you're using these characters to their full potential, and you are in control. I think TSM could do this, but I mean, like we keep saying, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. And it does. I don't think CLG is really used to playing versus a Skye Viper agent setup. So I'm interested to see how it's going to turn out. But at the same time, I didn't really see Zoe so strong with the Skye yesterday. So I'm still excited. Still really excited to see this mashup, and we're going to be jumping right away. Valorant waits for no one. It's right away into the game. So we are at map number 2, CLG Red versus TSM. CLG up by 1, and they're going to be starting on the attacking side this time around, while Ariana is making a really big push here onto the spawn, utilizing Skye's ability and fighting CLG up in the opposite side of the map and getting 3 kills out of it.
Yeah, that's huge from TSM, starting off strong. They're good at pistols, but this is impressive. They're continuing to press the advantage, but these players from CLG are so boxed in. There's a Sage on one side, locking them in, and Athena's there as well, soon the support from Ari, and this push is continuing to come up. Look at that Viper wall as well. This continues to cut them in, allows TSM to cut the angles even closer, and they make it flawless. Ari finding 3 in the round. The Viper play there was exceptional.
And they read our mind. They read our mind. We said that they cannot let CLG play their game. They have to go aggro. They have to loosen up. And right away, starting with that A push, there's no way CLG Red expect the TSM player to be peeking that deep. And not only one, 3 of them utilizing great utility usage coming out of it. And this was a clean, fast-paced round. And it could dictate that CT side, that defender side for TSM is CLG is not careful.
Yeah, it could be a tough one, and they are going quick for CLG. Up into mid, Bonita charging below the tube, a frenzy in hand. She wants to fight Athena. Athena is not quite ready for it, so CLG, they pick up 2. The wall, ready for the plant. This is clearly a set play. This is something they've planned. They're ready for, and now they have a good advantage.
And they know that Ari usually plays where she is right now, so let's see if they can capitalize on that intel. But Bonita, you know, they're just giving up all of B main, and it's working out, getting control of that kitchen here and fighting towards the tube. Under it, inside of it, seems to be paying off as Zoe is trying to get her fight of her own. Everybody falls, and CLG winning flawlessly this second round. It's 1-1, but what an impressive set play, as you mentioned.
I mean, that was an ego step. How did they even manage that?
It was just, you know, I know what to do here. Follow me, girls. Let me utilize my Reina abilities and let's just swarm in that kitchen. Honestly, Athena dying here, it seems like she got caught off our guard. Like, she didn't even shot once and she fell.
No. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what lost them the round off the rip, in that they lost a player so early, and then that was guns recovered. It's the snowball effect. And where else would we find it but Icebox? Athena has a Bucky, great shot, that perfect 8 meters to find the one tap onto Bonita. Now TSM, they have Vantage. I love the setup here with 1 on top, 1 on the bottom. Cath trying to bait in from the one down below. And you talked about how flexible Cath is. She played like Sage before. Now she's on a Jet. What a difference.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I really think she's, although she's the core of TSM, I'm pretty sure they built the team around her. She is flexing. She's playing whatever TSM needs because she can do a little bit of everything. And I think that, you know, at some point it's really going to pay off for TSM, because to have a player like Cath be able to play so many agents here can be key. But CLG is going to get the plant. Spike is down and Shobo gets the double, utilizing Bonita's, her own recon, actually. Scratch that. Shobo taking the Sova out of Benny also confused me a little bit. But
I know.
You know, these players, they can do whatever right now.
Yeah, it's into a 3-on-3 here. The wall keeps one side, one rope off limits for TSM. They want to fight into this, but Naomi has that first frag onto Ari, but the Bucky from Athena still finds one. Chobo's up above, finds the first frag, and Naomi cleans up shop CLG. They convert that kind of, it was a bonus and then the force up for TSM, and they'll do it to find the second.
It wasn't that clean, but Shobo really saving the day here with all of her kills. CLG is going to keep these SMGs, even a pistol, and they're going to go ahead and fight more pistols. Little scrappy buy across the board. Really interesting. I can't wait to see this round. How is going to turn out? What is TSM going to do with this weaponry, and what is CLG going to do with theirs? This is an exciting situation to be in as an observer.
Yeah, and now they're going to really quickly push up here. Cloudburst falls. Cath finds one with the Sheriff, but the blind's good. Animal regaining the space. TSM is forced to fall away, and Animal falls off the line before she can do anything. Athena, she's been so good with the Bucky to find these shots on these close angles. Now she might have to do it again. TSM in a good position. Even better as Cath finds that one bullet, all she needs. And CLG, they're a little fractured here, Steph.
Yeah, and Rise is going to have to make a play here against Cath, because if she falls, Cath gets the triple. It's all in the end of Animal, and she is low. She's going to be waiting for her heals to come. She really cannot do anything here. If anything, drop a couple of players, maybe. That's what we would like to see, as her heal is giving her back some HP. But like I said, this was a really interesting round. One that's going to go in favor of TSM. You know, I wouldn't bet on Animal at this point, although she's been playing great. This is a really tough spot to be in.
It really is. CLG, they seem to have been pushed up against the wall together, and everyone fell individually. Now Animal trying to fake out the rope there. They heard her drop, and they're ready. What an impact from Cath.
Yeah, Cath is really showing today. She's a totally different player than yesterday, especially right now with the 4K into this really scrappy buy. It's going to keep TSM in this game. It's 2-2. And it's a little bit of a back and forth affair as TSM winning the first, CLG following, back and forth. But this time, it's going to be a gun round all over the place. I know TSM, Cath, as well as Ari. Oh, and Athena, excuse me. They don't have the best weapon in the world, but it's still a situation that you're happy to be if you're TSM.
Yeah, I think they feel pretty comfortable here. I love what Ari does on kind of this aggressive positioning to push up and use the Viper utility to find herself space, but Benita finds just over the line one onto Cath. Now it's going to be CLG advantage, but look where Ari is with the judge. Great spot, great push. There's another in close on her, but she's going to be forced away for now. So we clearing space with the dog up through middle.
Taking her time here. Emily is kind of getting antsy, shotting the wall, and she's gonna get one and gets traded by Zoe. CLG, a 2 versus 3 situation, not the best situation to be in, and they're getting flanked by Ari here. 50 seconds left though, so still a lot of room to play with.
Ari loves the flanks. The extremities are her home on this map. And every second that passes means the flank comes closer and closer. Yeah. Rise finds one, but still, where's the flank in this? It's coming up now, and the perfect time to stop the spike plant. And from the back line, Athena, is she only using the Bucky at this point? I guess she doesn't need a gun.
Doesn't seem like she needs a gun. After that SMG tube death, where she let CLG go in, she's been really doing a lot of work with it, but she's gonna be able to get a freebie. She's gonna be able to shop on the floor, get herself a Vandal, and bring it to next round. CLG though still on a buy here. They're winning that anti-eco. They were, or that eco round, they put a lot of money in their own pockets. It's not over. This game is really close. I really don't see anyone's running away with a momentum right now, which is really refreshing from last game.
Yeah, but speaking of momentum, look how quick Emily is up, but she doesn't connect. Still alive somehow. With the flank from behind. However, TSM is getting everything here. 2 picks. Naomi, backline. Zoe for 1. So into a 4-on-2. Chobo trying to bide her time, hide behind the ramp. But TSM have relented the aggression for now. However, look where Ari is. Up so aggressive. This wall means that she could be anywhere. Rise has no idea. And now her retreat will show the committal at least the thought to head towards the A site. But look at the Seekers stuff. That's going to give all the information TSM need if they want to close this.
And CLG Red really doesn't seem to be able to stop the aggression here from TSM. And once again, time is running low, and Ari trying to make it play. She's gonna fall, but just the fact that she was spotted is gonna cause that little bit of a doubt here onto CLG's mind, and they're gonna have to force this 8 bomb site as Shobo in a higher position is gonna be the first one to entry, but Cath here says no. Rise, can she win a 1 versus 4 at this point?
10 seconds or a little more, and she finds first frag. Again, Ari, a factor on the flank. No time left. She has to go to the knife. She has to run up. And Athena, this time on the rifle, is again the woman to close up the round. TSM, they're looking better. They look more themselves.
Okay, so you have to educate me here. Icebox is a new map for me. I know it's not new anymore on the circuit, but for me as a player, I haven't played it that much. Can you let the chat know a little bit about how strong is the CT side? We compare it to Dust2 a lot in CSGO, just a little bit like Ascent, but you know, TSM here with, as we head into our first spot of the game, pause of the game, TSM here, how many rounds is a comfortable defending side for them to be adding into the attacking side?
I think that So it's going to depend a little bit because of the comp they're running, because they run Viper and because they run Skye, which actually is going to be really strong on that attacker side. If they get a spike down, it's going to be very hard for CLG to win it. So I think if TSM find a 6-6 or even better a 5-7 in their favor, they'll be very happy. But I mean, talking about that, I think that they have the momentum really in their favor. They have 3 rounds in a row. CLG, they're on a bit of a scrappy bye into this kind of some rifles, but everyone's on light armor, so it's a weird one. And TSM, I mean, the way they push, the way they aggress, feels like they're on the attacking side. It feels like they're always in control. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, though, and now there's not going to be a kill because, oh, it just doesn't hit. Emily still kicking it in the back lines. They have the Viper's Pit available, as well as a Resurrection, but now one player's gone. Benita has a great line to take care of Cath on her aggressive push, but here comes the Pit. That forces them off of B, and through the smoke, Benita. It's 1 on to Ari. So now, TSM in a tough spot, but Zoe on the refrag.
Ooh. I wonder if Benita overextended here. She was feeling it, but that is giving a lot of room for TSM to come back into this round, Mimi.
They really are. A 3v3 now, a resurrection on both sides, but might not be directly usable. There comes the lockdown. Chobo up top, resurrection for Ari. TSM is committing, but where's Chobo? Good for 1. Animal in the back, she finds 2 as well. This is a 2-on-2 now, this is so close. And the Killjoy lockdown still bides time, almost attained, but no. Athena is still in it. They have a wall for the post plant. This could be huge with the swarm grenades by time. However, Animal behind the box gets 1. She has to stick on to this, and the swarm grenades find it, and okay.
Naomi finds 2, Mimi. After the round has been won on top of it. But great round from CLG Red. Benita just capitalizing on the fact that she got the first kill and really exploding towards B, securing the bomb site while she was able to gain so much room for the rest of the team to really converge onto it. It was a little bit dicey in the end with kind of dying, but Shobu's position thankfully was able to get a double. CLG Red fighting 1 round, but do they still have the key onto TSM's defense? I don't think they still know how to win these rounds, Mimi.
Yeah, that is a good factor for CLG to try and figure out the consistency, to get rounds on the trot. That one was so laborious for them to win it as it came down to the wire. Ari, she's defending more passively now. Will be forced away for the moment. Athena in position, looking for a shot onto 1. The trades through, though, from Ari. And here comes the snake bites to, again, force him away, but it doesn't even matter at this point. Spikes down, post plant established, flank a factor. There's 2 TSM players there, and the wall can cordon off where the spike is planted. What can they do from the backlines? Emily ready, but Cath falls on the site. Great angle, but can't find the shot cleanly. And Emily, now this game is given away. They know they're up the flank, and CLG, they're split. They have to fight 2 angles. And onto the site, Ari trying to peek through the wall, gets 1 onto the back of Yellow, Animal, and she's continuing to push but doesn't find the frag. Zoe now in a dire situation and cannot do anything. CLG 2 in a row now.
Finally, CLG having an answer for this post-plant situation. That spike is down, but they still have a lot of map control. I have to ask, do you think if Emily doesn't shoot that player onto the flank and she tries to make her way a little bit closer before getting contact, would have helped TSM? Or if she waits for the push from Ari from the other side of Yellow Box? Well, we don't know. And at this point, TSM is hesitating. Are we buying? Are we not buying? I think we're going to go for a buy, scuff buy here. Seems like there's a little bit of a hesitation from TSM to know what to do, but we have at least 3 rifles here.
Yeah, they have a lot into play here. And look at this through mid. This is so aggressive from CLG, pushing up TSM. They're ready for this, but it's 1 for 1, and the Resurrection has an opportunity to come through. However, Benita still charging in. She is leading from the front as she gets her girls onto the site. Now TSM, 3v5 in the retake. Smoke off. Benita still getting aggressive, holding the dark cover. Athena on the other side. And Athena picks it up still. CLG, they hold the vantage. Gotta upgrade the skin real quick. Get more ammo into the bank as well. And Cath on the flank, flubs the shots, looking for it. She'll get it. But now she's known. And now they can be ready for her. Naomi down below. Snakebite doesn't hit, and the shots won't either. Athena gets her again. Annie Mall, one of the last two standing, gets one though. Now on the spike. Viper Wall cutting them off for the moment. So little time. CLG peeking out, and they get the kills.
And once again, I thought maybe Benita overstayed her welcome after getting, like you said, leading from the front, getting these frags. I was worried maybe after peeking Athena onto heaven, that was a little too much. But in the end, the rest of her team is able to close these rounds. She knows she can trust the girls on her side to close these post-plant. 3 in a row from CLG. Look, we were giving props to TSM for being so aggressive, and once they stopped doing that, this is where CLG in return is really just running in and winning into these, I want to say gimmicky plays, although it's not really gimmicky, but the leer from Benita has been helping.
Naomi, the double entry, that's so big for her team. Rise is teleported onto the site, and they'll be able to get the spike down. So for CLG red now, tough turn of action. Athena in the back line, Chobo for one. These retakes haven't been working very well at all for TSM, and it's happening again. They need to find a way in here. Emily, just the sheriff in hand, some utility to work with as well. They're not being given an inch, no space in. Swarm grenades up. She'll boost over with the wall, but look at the peak. It's out at once. So coordinated from CLG.
Yeah, we don't see a TSM retake really coordinated. I'm going to steal the word you just used, but, you know, they're not really using their utility. They're not really using together. I mean, as a team, they're not really focusing on retaking map control. They're kind of stuck in a corner and really allowing CLG to take all the room that they won and really breathe out during these post plants. We are 2 rounds left into this half. TSM is gonna fall by here. What do they need to do? Maybe I think they need to go back to the aggression that was working so well for them, because CLG is just running, literally running into the bomb sites right now.
I mean, what works for CLG is that once they get in a post plant, TSM can't retake. That's what they struggle with. They haven't found a solution at all, and it could happen again because CLG's already up the site, and they find the opener. Naomi almost on the spray transfer, but Rise is there to aid her. Athena wants a fight. They don't want this in a post plant, but it's happening again, Steph. Repeatedly, CLG posture themselves well. Cath does find one though, and a resurrection in play could be impactful, but the wall keeps them away, keeps it slow. Cath wants to push up. There comes the res. Cath up top now, looking for something, but there's a player lurking, waiting directly below her, and she'll strike. That's Annie Mall for one. The Seekers are up, but they're not giving the information. Ari, aggro for one, can't find another. Chobo has the trade, and Zoe's on the site. So is the rest of TSM, but they're still being dissuaded off the site. Sage alive in the backlines. Annie Mall for 1 and 2. How did she get that many there?
How did Animal stay alive? She was completely isolated from the rest of CLG. There's so much walls, smoke, slows in between her and the team. She did everything that round. The fact that she got the kill on Cath, first of all, the fact that she wasn't cleared is already problematic. But then she gets the kill on Cath and able to connect with 2 more and staying alive into this round. What a great display of Valorant here, coming out of Animal. Back-to-back maps. She's impressing me.
Yeah, she's been so impressive. I mean, oppressive too. She's shutting stuff down for TSM. And TSM, they're trying the aggression, but so is CLG. They have routed each other. Roles reversed. Attackers, defenders, and Ari's in the dark. Cover could go huge here. 1. No, not even a second. That could be it. That's so unfortunate. But now Athena has a line. This is such a weird round as you say it. They're all the way in Snowman. Flanking onto B. Athena just has a Spectre. Ooh, it still gets a shot. It's rough though. A second as well. Athena, that's massive from her. Emily helps out, but still dancing around the wall over to the pistol. And Rise finds it, but she takes so much damage as a result. Left in the clutch here. CLG in a tough spot. The Boom Buddy chasing her, and so is TSM.
Okay, that was the weirdest round ever. So, if I'm reading this well, CLG's Red's counter to the push from TSM has been to rush, and it's been working. But TSM here doing that push again for first time in a long time, ended up being on the attacking side, while all of CLG Red was in the defending side, and everyone was running away from each other. It was so chaotic. And in the chaos moment, CLG Red hasn't been showing much progress, but you might be cracking up in chat. I'm cracking up. This is a great, great round where we're heading into the half number 2. CLG Red on the defending side as we look back at some of the highlights of the first half. And they're ahead by a couple of rounds. Not enough to be too scary for TSM. You know, you win a pistol and then you can come back pretty easily into the scoreline. But still, if they do win the pistol, this could be a repeat of what we just saw from TSM.
I mean, TSM, they're pretty good at pistols. I feel like that's a sentence that most Valorant fans never expected to hear, but at least TSM female, they're pretty darn good at picking these up. They found a lot throughout this series, and that's been the one thing they're consistently good at. But now they have a better footing, and as you mentioned, especially if they can pick that up, there's a good chance for them to build into this and take us to a third map.
I want to talk about Animal too, because I don't know a lot about her past, but I know that she is a really heavy streamer. And one thing that is important to see, when you're a streamer, you're used to playing under pressure. You're used to playing with spectators. So she's coming in today and I cannot see her nerves. She's playing this as if she's streaming. She's playing this as if there's already 10,000 people watching her. Because on her stream, it happens a lot that she's getting critiqued and people are watching her. And I cannot feel a single display of nerves coming out of her, and I'm really, really liking. She potentially have a really bright future if she's able to be not just a Sage main, obviously, but to be able to flex into other characters, something that we haven't seen this weekend. But also maybe that's not something CLG needs. Props to her right now. She's doing a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing a whole ton of stuff for the team, and that's what CLG brings. They bring consistency, they bring fortitude and experience. And TSM, that's something they've struggled with a little bit. I think the mental game, while it's strong in some places, it's faltered other times. And this pistol round is going to be huge, but Emily opens it up with the nade up above. The raise is over, distracts Rise enough for Cath to have it. So plant down early on, and look at who's still alive. A Viper in the post plant, but Benita still does damage, takes care of Emily. Getting Maul ready on this retake. Benita still alive up top. Wants something here, but the wall makes them only able to go up one way. They have to break that at some point this round. CLG trying to fight their way in, spots out one, but the dash away. Lear to continue the pressure, to continue to allow them to force into this, and Zoe takes care of Naomi, but Benita actually good for 3 in the round thus far. A 2-on-2, and Animal another, but Ariana is still alive. Will the Viper... It didn't hit! It didn't hit, Steph! It's over! That's it! CLG Red, they have the pistol!
Benita with a Reina. How did CLG Red win this? TSM did everything right. The fact that when the Jet and Raze got into the site and overwhelmed both of CLG's defender, that was after that a 3 versus 5. But one by one, Benita was eating away. I have to say that because she's Reina. So she was drinking away the bloods of the enemy, getting one at heaven, and then keeping using, you know, her devour and healing herself, and just was so good from CLG. TSM was pretty upset about losing that round.
Did the snake bite bounce off the wall? I think that's what happened. I think it bounced off the wall. That's just like that's a miscommunication that very well could lose them the series.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. Ari was almost ready for that clutch.
Yeah, I mean, they might be able to convert again. CLG, they're an advantage here in the anti-eco. TSM trying to push up, trying to make it work here. But the Viper wall keeps CLG accountable. TSM up through the smoke, and there it is. That's just CLG converting the anti-eco so cleanly. They're 1 away from double digits again.
Yeah, and I like what I'm seeing here. You know, CLG just doesn't swing. They wait for that paranoia coming out of Rise, and then they swing. You know, that's a little detail so far in the server that I think that TSM needs to work on as a team. Obviously, they're just newer. But at the same time, CLG is new too. Like, their roster is a little bit like TSM, was done at the last minute. So I want to see TSM utilizing that Zoe special a little bit more. That, the entries that we saw from both duelists. Like, they need to put that into play pretty early to gain some ground because CLG is running away with this game.
Yeah, they are. They're in a great position, but Cath this time gets the opener into the round. Naomi falling away, has swarm grenades to stop the plant that might be coming. In mid though, Chobo does with Cath. Naomi still on the other side of the wall. Remember those swarm grenades to keep them off here.
Ooh, I thought this was going to connect onto Ari, but she loses most of her health but stays alive and loses the battle versus Feminina. We're going to be in another retake situation. That's the story of this game so far in Iceblock, Mimi.
It is the story, and here comes CLG on this retake. Rise through the smoke, and TSM contends with it. They keep 4 alive as well.
It was a little bit of a weird situation coming into this game. After CLG ran one, both first round into the second half, Naomi stayed on the pistol, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not sure why. You know that TSM is going to be buying at that point. You know, maybe they just really wanted to play that free round as far as they could. But it is what it is. CLG falling into a pretty okay round from TSM. It wasn't the cleanest, but it was a good one because they keep a lot of weapon into this round. And we're going to see our first operator onto CLG's side in the hands of Benita, coming in really early into this round. And she gets the first blood again against Emily. Not lucky today.
No, Emily, I mean, that's a huge factor that she hasn't been having a good game for TSM. I mean, she's normally that player that we can see at the top of the scoreboard, that we can see popping off, but it might be Naomi here. She gets one, traded through by Ariana, but Athena is up as well, ready. Chobo trying to push in and dives for it, but Animal is ready as well. No, Athena doubles down. Now she's close to the resurrection. Now she can find the site. Benita walled off. The op won't be a factor quite yet. Can she fit through this gap? No, not quite. So they're forced up towards heaven, and Ari is alive. She has her utility in the post plant. This time, she needs to be able to hit it. She needs to be able to find it.
I wonder if she's going to go for a flank here, or she's going to stay to clutch that round again with her Viper utility. But Benita, we are in her eyes. We are hoping for her to get a quick pick if CLG wants a shot at this game. Utilizing the Lear, she's gonna swing out and just get on it right away. Yeah,
she's holding here. They don't have her off. She's holding all the way down. The Viper is there, but she has the time. No! Athena shuts it down the last second possible. That was a pixel off.
I was clenching. I thought she was running away with it. I knew that the poison was not gonna kill her. So at this point, they need to hit her. And Athena getting that quadruple kill here is so huge. We mentioned yesterday how big she was versus Dignitas in the first 2 games in that BO3. In the server right now, 17 kills, leading the way on TSM side. She needs to continue being so dominant. Both Sage here today doing so much work for both teams. This is what I like to see.
Yeah, love to see it here. Benita on the peek out. TSM find 2. Here comes the Seekers, though, and there goes CLG.
Quick and easy. This round lasted 5 seconds, Mimi. There's not much to say. It was chaos in middle, and TSM came out on top. 98, though. The gap is getting closer and closer. CLG Red needs to watch out because they could be letting TSM gain back that momentum. They are on the defending side. It's supposed to be the easier side onto Icebox. So you do not want TSM to finally take a lead here. We have, though, both resurrections in play. So this could be a really, really interesting round as CLG is going into like some sort of a passive setup. We have all of TSM, almost all of TSM, 4 players running towards B.
Yeah, they're pushing this pretty quickly. Lots of ults in play. This could be a bloodbath on the site. Cath readies herself. She's the first up to bat. No, it's Emily charging on in up top, above. And she finds Animal for free. A second for Emily. Now she's hitting her shots. Now she's in the server to play. And TSM, they'll start to fall away into this post plant. Ari looking for something. She finds one. Athena's still on the site, trapped in this position. But she can fight. She can still be a factor here. Chobo Pushing up, look at the cloudburst. That completely covers Chobo. She's not going to check. And blindsided by Athena. Athena swings out. She is doing so much. TSM, they tie it up.
That was a perfect entry from Emily. I can't recall who she killed first, but that person was completely unaware that she made it all the way up above her. TSM finally writing the page out of this match, of this book of this match, because 4 rounds in a row. I think this is the most round they got so far into this BO3. It's going to force CLG to be on a small buy, and it's tie point. We're back to square one here. This hasn't been the case since 1-1. Mimi and Cath here entering right away on top of the tube. She's gonna connect with a kill, but Benita here replying with a double sheriff. Pretty much chaos here. There's players all across the map, but now Rise is in a 1 versus 3. The spike is not planted yet, but it's not a very good position for Rise to be in. She does have teleport, but I wouldn't use it right now. Picks up a weapon. And in that situation, you know, because TSM has been winning so much round back to back, you still want to potentially drop some weapons.
Yeah.
TSM not, Rise not successfully doing it here, Mimi.
Yeah, they're in a good spot now. TSM, they regained their advantage. They're on that attacking side. And this is where they thrive. They found 5 rounds on the trap, but look at Benita. She has the op up to play again. And if we remember, throughout the day, that has been such a good weapon for her. She's found so much with it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if she can get that pick once again. And you know, you take your chances. Is she gonna get it on to Emily? Yeah, who knows? But we have a CLG 3-man stack at A, and that's exactly where TSM is heading at. So looking forward to see what's going to happen into this round as Animal puts up her wall really, really quickly and gets blinded twice, and TSM just running in, and she's going to be a gunner. Emily successfully getting the first entry frag once again, Mimi.
Yeah, here comes the Hunter's Fury. And the Killjoy are locked down as well. CLG, they want this round. They want to fight for it. They don't want to let this slip to a 3rd map. Rise, wary of a mid position. Emily falls away, and TSM, they lose ground, but they hold it to a 4-on-4. Resurrection could be on the cards. And they'll disengage, cut noise for a moment. Where will they end? Where will they commit? Because if we look towards B, Benita's there with the op. They're fine leaving her alone for at least now. One player going to pick up mid. And CLG's just waiting for the possibility of aggression. They want CLG to get antsy.
And that little bit of a pause is where CLG was able to capitalize onto TSM's attack. But as we see that res that we expected, TSM is going to regroup. They now have 30 seconds, so they have to pick a side. There's no more time for hesitation. So that bot in, that Emily is going to be on a fake while the rest of TSM is rushing towards B. Benita, though, giving much more ground for them to get into the side. Is she going to keep that line of sight? As she does, she gets the first kill while we're still on Emily. It's happening. The action all across the map, left and right. And Benita wants to stop that spike. When can she do it?
Oh, TSM. Now they have a post plant. They've done everything right. And CLG has to clutch it. Emily's Lurk still finding frags. She has 3 already. And Rise is the last woman standing up on top, diving into the depths of the smoke. They know she's in there. They want to hound her out. And the owner of that smoke, Ari, picks it up. What a play. What a confident play from TSM to rotate so late.
Yeah, I don't know what I think about the Benita push. I guess she figured out, like, hey, if I get this person out, we win the round no matter what. But at the same time, if she falls and the spike is planted, it's now a really tough retake for her team. So I don't think it's a 50-50 here. I don't know if you take that chance, but looking back in hindsight, unfortunately, we have to say that was a wrong play. But who knows? We might be in a different situation if she gets that kill. But it's back to square one for CLG. How do we stop that TSM attacking side? They're at high point here.
Oh, there's Benita getting aggressive and dismissing it away. Takes some damage. on her way out for the troubles, but TSM have so much space. They have most of B site, barring the site itself. Benita's still a factor in main. And look at that's where the spike is, Steph. If she gets the spike down here, that could be huge. But no, Zoe fights out. So does everyone else. TSM doing everything but Animal for 2. Another chance for 1, and she has support in. That's Chobo. They're making this work. Zoe has to clutch. She's done it before. She'd have to do it again. The Seekers are up. Spam through. She peeks out. Quick shot from Zoe. Still a minute on the clock. She knows exactly where her opponent is. Chobo bides her time. She's looking for something. Recon. Great information. Now the peek up from Zoe, and she cannot do it. So close. But CLG, they clinch their way away from match point.
I really thought Zoe was going to win this. The way she killed Animal here at the end. Also, TSM getting 3 kills back to back. And then the waves come back onto CLG's side with Animal getting the double and being supported by Shobo on the side. Again, Animal doing so much when they're down numbers. CLG Red able to come back into these rounds with the double kills that she's getting. She might be at the bottom of the stats here, but the impact frags that she's getting is tremendous. But on TSM side, Ari, Cath, Athena are doing so much work. I don't think CLG Red still has an answer on their defense. They got a little bit lucky here that Animal was able to get a double that quick.
She really bailed them out. She might have single-handedly kept them in this map.
Yeah.
1 round gap only now, Steph. So close. Everyone knows it. Benita's here. She doesn't have an op. But she has one better, a judge. Holding a line. They're pushing right into her. They lazily check on it, and she can dismiss away, but she goes right into Zoe's hands. Cath catches Animal. She wanted to be a hero again. She wanted to push, and now CLG has advantage. Chobo wants a shot, wants to deny the plant, deny the post plant, and the spam's good to find Athena, but still one escapes. And still, the one who escapes is Ari. That's huge that she's alive in a post plant. She has her mollies. They have to go quickly to nullify the Viper utility. Zoe, in the smoke, she's holding close off of yellow. Chobo wants to come in here, but no one's playing in. No one's playing on the site. They just need to stall for time. And TSM, they need to go quickly. Zoe's so low, has to peek out. TSM 1 and CLG, that's Naomi for a couple coming up behind. Cath, the last standing, wants to fight this, but the time so low. Is there enough? There should be. CLG, they do it again by the narrowest of margins.
This was so impressive from CLG. After we saw that poison being dropped, that snake bite from Ari onto the bomb site, I really thought this was it. This was winning so much time for TSM to play around, stay alive, and not really fight CLG because they couldn't get on the spike. But for some reason, they took these battles, and CLG came out on top. And this is why we're at 11-11, Mimi, just because of these back-to-back rounds that CLG is able to win by the edge of their teeth. I don't even know if that's an expression, but I'm just gonna create it if not.
Gotta get creative, because this is probably the most important round of the series. And TSM, they find the opening, pick Emily. Again, she's sending herself quickly upwards, the Seekers, to allow her that space in. He's in the back line. She only has a Bulldog and Animal down low as well. Emily going crazy. She gets 1 frag on the opener. CLG now down 3-5. And this time, TSM are holding the site. They're holding tight. Chobo stunned. She's in the open. A terrible position, but she's spared for now through the cloudburst. Chobo will find Zoe. Benita, though, up top. They can crunch onto the players on site. Emily needs something here. Needs to keep going. Chobo pushing all the way up. Emily now in this dark cover. They're defusing, but she's going to come out, and she could come up. Huge 1 for Emily, looking for something more, but it's awkward in the smoke. Rise trying to fight, and it's the molly and the frag from Cath to bring TSM to match point.
Match point, and TSM just getting a freebie, rushing into the V bomb site, not really contested at all. So I don't know. Maybe CLG was planning on doing the retake, but losing control of that tube area under the tube and whatnot, not really able to get out of kitchen really hurt CLG's retake. So if you want to play defense, you have to solidify that map control, at least right outside the bomb site, so you don't get pushed back. So TSM playing this really, really well. And they're swapping it up. They're rushing towards A, and CLG Red was trying to do the counter of what just happened. And we're gonna have to see a retake toward that A bomb site this time, Mimi, as all of TSM is just rushing in. But CLG is aware, and Spike is not planted. We have all the players converging onto, and even Benita setting herself up for a flank.
Yeah, the Hunter's Fury does damage, doesn't stop the plant though. Athena has it in the ground. There is, however, an ult in play, and there's a frag advantage for TSM. Here comes the lockdown. Still let them on the site. They know they need to go fast, because again, that Viper is always in play, always a threat. Running away, just the narrowest lines up top now. Chobo stunned by the dog, and Emily for one. Now she's peeking out so blind. CLG, they want overtime. They want this, and Zoe might be working on it. Rise for one, Animal another, and now it's Rise across the board. 2v3, they're so close. But TSM, they find it in the final round of play. They will take us to a third map.
We have a third map, Mimi. It was a much closer affair. TSM winning, but not winning in the greatest of fashion, but still a win is a win. And we're back to square one. The third map is going to be the decisive map. One of these two teams is going to get knocked out of the tournament while the other progresses into the lower bracket. So many great things happen, but also so many really chaotic situations. I remember one.
When we see that aggression, when we see them going wild, that's when they're good, and I want to see it again.
Well, this is it, guys. This is the last map, so whoever wins this will be going through. Neither of this team want to go out at this point of the tournament, and for the last time today, Steph and Mimi, take us away.
Thank you so much. Super excited to be in. We're now into the agent's pick. Mimi, again, we have a different setup for TSM. We have Tina onto the Cypher. She's saying goodbye to the Sage. She's ready. We have Jet now being onto Emily. You know, they just keep surprising me. Ari now is our duelist with a Phoenix. Cath is back on the Sova. You know, it's just really fun to see how TSM is also having fun with these agents. But on the defending side for CLG, it seems a little more traditional. No surprise there, Benita on the Sova. Naomi with the turret with Cypher. You know, just the same thing that we expected coming into Heaven.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we see from TSM, and I think what to look forward to in the server is how the defender side will go for each of these teams. Because for TSM, from what we saw from them the other day, they're very aggressive with it. They love creating space, making those aggressive information plays, and I want to see that from them again. But for CLG, the way they're playing this with just the one duelist, they can be pretty favored on the defense here. They can set up Cypher in a variety of different ways, use the Sage to block off those lines, and make it so they're able to adapt more to a bit more of a passive playstyle that we oftentimes see with them. So I think that in a lot of ways, the defender side of each of these teams might be the decisive factor.
Yeah, and we're getting at the end of this agent's pick here. I'm very excited to see it. CLG is starting on the defense, though. Mimi, this is what I said a couple minutes ago, is where they're going to need to show up right away. They're going to need to show dominance. And who knows, if they do what TSM was doing it to them, if they push, if they try to get map control, and this is what I see on the minimap. Look at this, 4 players from CLG Red getting ready to potentially face 4 players from TSM right outside A. Mimi, this map is gonna be awesome. More is happening at that choke point right here, right now.
Yeah, early, it's aggressive up for CLG. Rise in the sewers, but TSM's out long, and they get 2 picks into it. Rise, though, up this fast flank. She's completely behind them. They're still ready. Animo now trapped in the corner here. She needs more, and she'll get 2 before she retreats for the moment. But look towards Z, Steph. That wasn't even the committal. CLG's gone.
CLG is completely gone. I couldn't see if that's when the push happened, that they decided to leave completely, but Animal is gonna clear that A, and everybody is gonna realize the spike is over towards C. But we have a garage play here. Let's see if CLG is gonna try to retake this, as the drone is gonna gather from some intel. Animal is gonna get spotted. Mimi, this is a really tough retake for CLG.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one for them. It is the 2v3 though, and Naomi's so blind, can't find the shot. It's just Animal, and she can't even muster a single frag at that point in the round. She had been the only woman to get 2, and I think that aggro play from CLG just backfired by how quickly TSM could disengage and reassess.
Yeah, and I like to see these kind of aggro plays, but it hasn't been that successful for CLG. The same thing versus Moon Raccoon kind of happened onto Split, especially. They were falling apart in these aggro 3-4 players push. And once again, TSM coming out on top. It was a little bit kind of awkward too. Benita taking out, maybe she ran out of bullets, but taking out her utility instead of focusing with her pistol. Maybe she didn't expect that many players to come out of the cage, but CLG falling really early into this round, and they're hearing that intel. Benita is ready with the shock darts. She hear that player's running, but she's gonna be the first one to fall here.
Yeah, TSM, they find great entries onto the site. Chobo has a shorty here. She'll get one onto Ari. And now they'll start to stomp in on her, spraying through the smoke. She dashes up, and she's taken care of. Rise in the back site, as well as Naomi. They've recovered weapons here, so this is very doable for CLG in a 2v2. Not directly planted for them, but Zoe picks up one, and the shock will finish Rise. Again, TSM, they're good at kind of getting it down to the wire, but they will convert the Antico in the end.
Yeah, good round by TSM. Even though wasn't the cleanest of the round, I'm liking these Cath lineups with the Sova. It's one of the characters, one of the agents that she plays the most, but we're going to see CLG Red here on a full buy, our first gun round of this half, but a little bit of an SMG freebie round coming for TSM. It looks like they want to explode B, but once again, CLG getting ready for a push. This could be another disaster if CLG is not careful.
It could be, and it's looking like it. Benita gets one, but she actually sprays down for 2 and escapes as well. This is really important for CLG that they win this round, and now it looks a little more likely. They hold on to advantage. They can heal Benita up. Look where Animal is.
She's really ahead, and I don't know. Atina probably heard that. No, it doesn't seem like she knows. So TSM is just gonna regroup here and make their way towards A, but there's so much info here being gathered by Animal, as you mentioned. She's ready and reading the rotate, and she's telling CLG, you know what? Fall back to A. This is where the action is gonna happen. So a lot of traps though in A. This is TSM just falling apart here as they're trying to get to the site. Spike is gonna get planted, and Valido is gonna fall right away with Naomi pushing into the site. CLG taking their first round of this last map. Map number 3 here. 1-2 for TSM.
I mean, TSM, I think they're still going to be happy about that because they find the spike plant there. They find a little bit of damage. Like, that's not a bad round for them.
It's not a bad round at all. It was a freebie. We need to find a way to not always say freebie. I feel that's something that's been overused. The free
Bonus?
A bonus, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard freebie actually. Is this a Steph classic?
Yeah, that could be a Steph classic.
I think you found the alternative. You just didn't even know it was an alternative.
You are right. My brain, my French brain sometimes is really glitchy. So, but here we are in the non-bonus round as Benita is gonna send her drone. Oh, not yet. She's trying to see behind that Omen smoke if exactly TSM is getting ready for it, and Ariana is gonna be pushing it, but Shobo killing the running back. But how did Benita die here?
Yeah, I don't know. TSM, they're still fighting into this. They have the advantage now. And again, they'll disengage, reassess the situation. We have Athena on a lurk towards mid. The tripwire keeps her out of it. For now, where's Naomi? I think did she spot out the Cypher in close? No, that's not her camera. The opposite one. But she will see the push towards A. And the tripwire is still here. So the flank's not going to be free. They have to give away the game if she goes for this site. Be in the control of TSM. Now the flank is a factor, and that's known. The spray through the smoke off the tripwire, good for Naomi. They haven't planted in a good position, but the retake's in quickly. CLG find a couple, and Athena, the last on this flank. They should know about her. No, they're not ready, but she gives it away, shoots, and they're holding the spike down. Gets one, but it's not going to be enough to convert the round. CLG, they'll find it in the retake.
Really, really good play here by killing Cath. This spike was planted for a Cath again. Shock darts, but CLG killing her with the recon. Not sure if she got spotted with the recon or if it was a trap here, but her getting spotted and falling really early into that retake was key here for CLG Red to get away with their second round. We are at 2-2 and TSM is going to be right away on a save. But you know, this is still dangerous for CLG Red. They haven't really found their groove. These rounds are scrappy, so let's see if TSM can capitalize on that and steal a eco away from CLG.
It's a great question to consider. CLG here have one towards the B site, and they're contacting up. Ari has the molly, and it's doing so much, but Naomi has found an advantage towards sewers. Onto the site now. CLG ready. Benita one. Emily has just the sheriff in hand, and Benita another. It's just Athena left alive. There will be the retreat away, but Naomi's actually double dipping into this. She wants to continue to fight, and look at the forces of TSM. They're all crunching in on Athena, and she's trying to shoot, trying to find something, but everyone swarms her. That's a flawless round now for CLG.
It's been a while since we've seen a flawless round in the server on the defending side. Both teams are really struggling to show their dominance, I would say, since map number 1 when CLG was in the lead. So great stuff coming out of them. TSM, though, is going to be on a buy round. All of their ults are ready except for running it back. Or run it back. And Cath here is going to throw that recon, trying to get a little bit of intel to stop a push from CLG.
Look what
Emily connecting, yeah.
I mean, she's very sneaky in this corner. Athena won't see her. CLG, player down, and now Rise recovers that into advantage. Emily's gone. Ari wants the refrag, but isn't given the chance. Actually breaks a tripwire there as well. And one Cypher up towards long of each site. Chobo in a position here. She could find something, but Athena will edge away. Over on the other side on the pip. We see that CLG Red have a player down C long as well. Opposing sites, opposing sides, but the ultimate comes out towards A. Chobo still in short.
Cover going out.
She could have a great flank here. She could have a great chance. So he's ready for a fight, though. Here comes the first. Benita gets it. The trade through elsewhere, though, from Ari. Now the Cypher working a flank up, and so might be Ari. Hunter's Fury up. Cath, though, planting on an unexpected spot. But here comes Chobo. Gets one. The trade good from Athena. From Graffiti, she knows there's one's Heaven. Doesn't see him quite yet. Benita now has the information. That's the ping. Flank coming through from the Cypher, but so is it from Ari. She's ready for it. Naomi, that's the flanker she needed to go big, and she can't. And Ari's flank in its own comes to fruition. No one was just sitting on the site. No one was comfortable. Everyone was on a flank that round, it felt.
Yeah, I did feel that there's a lot of little mistakes from both teams into this round. That teleported to Heaven for TSM. They wouldn't know that, but that position that we had into sewers from CLG really was giving away all of long. And with that teleport, it kind of gave away, okay, they're going in, guys. This is happening. But then Naomi getting that kill, but kind of like rushing towards the spike. That was a really bit interesting and not clearing anything. Like, really, would Cath be planning that spike all by herself without anyone being in the site with her? So I think here she could have been a little more patient after getting that kill, and it could have secured a CLG round here.
It really could have. Drones each way up towards middle. Cypher Trip taken care of early. That's been a pain in the side. But Ari's ready for an execution into garage here. They get the space. There's so many towards C.
Nowhere to run.
Hunter's Fury up for Cath. This is the hallmark of the execution. Animal in a close angle. Flashes both ways. And the kills do as well. Run it back for nothing. But Benita has a great flank to find so many TSM. They rotate again. They always do. They always shift it. But Cath might be getting greedy. And Benita's here for the swing. She's ready. But Athena is more prepared. 2v3 now. They're stopped in middle. They're waiting for a chance. And now the information goes both ways. Neural theft for neural theft. Chobo has the op, and she gets the first. Another chance, and Chobo gets it as well. CLG, another round in their favor.
And these rounds are getting exchanged back and forth between both teams. And I like to think that while Cath was doing her Urton's Fury, I feel that the rest of TSM wasn't really in place to capitalize on it and gain some room. And I don't know if it's because the Hunter's Fury was kind of cutting them. They were getting stuck into connector. They had to wait for Cath to be over, so they couldn't gain some ground into that C bomb site. This is my really quick analysis. If they went towards long instead, potentially they could have moved up with it instead. It could have been key here into this round, but we have to be a little bit on the reset here as TSM is taking their time, trying to see if they can get a pick towards A, but Animal with that wall is just going to stop it and potentially gets the double.
Yeah, she gets one, trying to peek in again. Another chance, Judge tacking away, and Naomi gets a couple frags of her own. Cath has the spike, she'll retreat towards mid. That's where Zoe's already waiting. And the knife out for Benita. Oh my god, how did Zoe not get that? But Cath, she will. She'll fix the mistakes. Still a 1v4, just a sheriff. And this feels a little too tall to ask. She does have a 1v1 though, with Rise if she heads towards C, but no. She's working her way sneakily here. Looking for a backstab on the B site. And Chobo's not looking, no one's looking. She get a free kill here, but she won't. Naomi ready for it. CLG red. Now they're up to 2 in a row.
You know, when you said that's going to be a difficult task, I wouldn't put it past her, because if I remember correctly, Cath earlier today won that kind of round, 1 versus 3, which she was able to get that spike planted and win it all. So thankfully, Naomi learning her back, learning herself quickly to hide her back and getting Cath. But okay, this is where you take a breather if you're TSM and you're just like, you know what, we've been doing great things so far. CLG is beatable. Let's see what we can do, as we are gonna farm this orb towards A for CLG and denying the intel as Naomi is making her way down in sewers.
Chobo has this up. She was good for 2 in the previous round, in the previous chance she had. We haven't got this to have the trait of the Chobo op too much just yet. And Haven is where she loves to use it. Haven is where she does her best, but the timing is not a good one.
Oh,
they're not suspecting A. They're all rotating over. This is a fake. Already contacted up onto the site. She's pinged out, and Rise kills her, but will it matter? Because look where TSM is. They're all towards A. They have the site, so retake on the cards. Chobo, Blade, Storm, the op in hand as well, but not finding the shot. She only has 1 left. An updraft over, and in comes the Hunter's Fury as well. Nothing connecting quite yet, but here comes Zoe through the smoke. She's contended with instantly. That's huge for CLG on this retake through the smoke, though. TSM, they spam away, and the trade up from Naomi, a resurrection as well to put CLG at advantageous odds. CSM in the backline, Emily holding, but a cloudburst covers her. Only 8 shots. She needs to find multiple. Good for 1. The dash straight in. That was a mistake. That shouldn't have happened. And the defuse will come through. No! Shock darts in time. This is doable. Already half they need to get her off the spike. Good for the first, but the fuse comes through. Cath got it so close. She even has all the kills, but no round.
That was really scary when I saw Cath's positioning. It didn't matter if it was a 2 versus 4. She knows her lineup. She will get that kill on the diffuser. CLG had to kill her, but it didn't really matter, to be honest. They didn't kill her. They had so much bodies. Yeah, we're losing 1. We got it at AF. We can keep just spamming that spike diffuse until 1 by 1 we win this round. So although Cath got the triple kill and killed everyone remaining into this round, it didn't matter. The spike was diffused, and we are now at a 6-3 in favor of CLG red.
Chobo again with the op, and again with a shot. She's doing so much for the team because she's finding entries with the op, like every other round. She's putting TSM down a player so quickly, and while they're good at rotating, they're good at getting sites, they've struggled to hold on to the post-plant stuff.
And they haven't. That's usually CLG's not forte, which is to not really be able to handle these post plants. But Chobo really challenging for a long time here at that long. She already got a pick, so after she got cloud bursted away. She's gonna focus her attention onto that sewer while the rest of TSM is just gathering a little bit of map control. I don't think they're gonna go for this A play. They're just wanting to push Shobo back so that she is denied information.
Look where Naomi is, though. They don't have to rotate C because they know she's up aggressive here. Will TSM check it? That's a question of the hour, Naomi. The timing on this is so key. She peeks out and drops at the worst possible second. Now the trade's elsewhere, but on the site, that's what matters. And Zoe takes care of the opper. She's spreading this deceit. She's making CLG want to stay. But Rise drops down, still gets the pick. Emily wasn't ready. 2v1 now for Cath. A clutch on hand. She has a Hunter's Fury and a Shock Dart. A pair of those to boot. Going towards long now.
This time, CLG Red doesn't have 4 bodies to play against her, Mimi. It's going to be difficult for the girls.
They tap the spike. Here comes the first shock dart. Here comes the Hunter's Fury. She's using this all very early. Push coming through. She hits the kill, but not the necessary one. Bonita finds it. Pushing down. She makes the play necessary for CLG to pick up the round.
Hey, I'm curious. Could Cath have killed Bonita and they both have killed each other at the same time here? Because that's what I thought was happening when she threw that last Hunter Fury shot. Thought Bonita was going to kill her and that Hunter Fury shot was still going to go through and she was going to win that round post-mortem. I don't even know if it's possible, but it almost
She would have needed
happened.
2 shots. I think...
okay. Bonita was
still
low
full
enough.
HP.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, let's talk about the Sovas. Because look at them, both at the top of the team, both finding impact. But it feels like CLG is just a little more even right now in terms of the impact.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Sova on this map is so crucial just because it's so spread out, it's so big. You want to be able to use these recons and also these post-plant shock dart situations. So people are really, really aware of how to play it. And you have your most experienced players in the server playing these really important key agents here. As we have, I think it's the first pause of this game, if I'm not mistaken, probably coming out of TSM. You know, I want to continue a little bit on that, but Bonita is doing great things. Even sometimes she's just like picking a little bit of a recon onto some of the TSM player. It's enough for our teammates to kind of spam through and get these really quick frags here.
Chobo again. Finds the opening pick with the op. I think once she bought the op, she hasn't died once thus far, Steph.
Yeah.
But look where Animal is. She's dead. She got over her Zealous. And this has given TSM a chance in the round. Naomi's holding close. She has a cage to play off of. They're going to flash you, but it doesn't hit. However, the spam's good to do damage. She's still alive here. Through the smoke, another for Naomi. Melon ups fight and Rise. Trade back 4-2 CLG in this.
Gonna be the last round of this first half. TSM not finding any answers. They're going A, they're going C. And you know what? They haven't really tested mid at all. Garage control hasn't been, I mean, they do get to garage, but they don't really go back to B. Like, they don't really have map control at all on their CTs or in their attacking side. So the defenders here are getting so much information, so much momentum, and you mentioned it. Shobo getting these entry frag is really, really, really difficult for TSM to play around with.
They're in a tough spot here. This time they're wary of Chobo's op. They don't want to let her get another opening frag because she's every time she does that, they're able to convert the round. This is just pushing TSM away. And I think it's because they don't have any flashes but a paranoia. They're struggling to get rid of her. But again, she finds the opener. Even a second for Chobo. She's unstoppable on the op. And Bonita, over towards short as well, picks up one. Now they're continuing to push, continuing to hound her. And they'll find a kill, but still, Chobo's not far behind. Now she's on a rifle. Zoe, 1 HP. Hardly anything to work with. Half alive, though.
We're gonna have to see a beautiful retake once again from CLG Red. We have a flanker this time. It's kind of getting awkward because I do think that Cath is going to get behind the flanker. So I don't think that Zoe is going to be aware of that, but she's going to be the better omen pushing into CD spawn. CLG is getting...
Here comes the shock, but they have it anyway. They could stay on this. No, the shock dart denies. Now it's a 1v1 for Cath. She's tried this before. They're holding down. The time isn't there, though, just by 0.03 seconds. Cath keeps it for a fourth. That is so close.
This might be the first time I see that close of a diffuse. 0.03. This is heartbreaking for CLG Red. TSM, though, every time Cath was in a situation to be closing these rounds, she's playing just like Sholiana was playing yesterday versus Cath. You know, she's there getting the shock darts, getting the kills, pushing back the diffuser. And this time, CLG not able to close it out. She was getting pinged with the recon while trying to defuse, and Cath had all the time and the intel in the world to just swing and get that kill. And I'm saying that it still was a 0.3 defuse time, but still, you know, it's all the time in the world for Cath to make the right play. Let me just say that.
Yeah, perfect time for her to step up. And I mean, Chobo, I want to talk about Chobo. I brought her up a little bit, but we haven't really seen this big of an impact from her in these last couple maps. Yeah, she's been finding frags, but not to the same extent she is here. Chobo is just on a tear right now, and that's what's good to see if you're a CLG fan, because a lot of the times it's been like the Benita show. It's been some of these players popping off to mix success, but now the whole team seems to have found that consistency, seems to be working together a little bit better. And this coordination out of CLG, it's different from what we saw, especially yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shobo, you mentioned it, you know, she's not always playing Jet. I actually think this is one of the very few maps she plays Jet on, but she's showing up. I don't know if it's because she's utilizing her operator really well. I don't know if it's the way that they're just playing this map, giving her more room to work around her play style, but it's definitely working, and it's really important for CLG to be able to have more depth in the roster. We don't want to always have Benita carrying or Animal carrying, you know, and everyone has to show up. And as you mentioned, I think it was a little bit earlier into this first half, it was that all of CLG was pulling big rounds and big clutches into this first this defense side, which is a completely different story to what we saw onto the last map.
Yeah, but this is very aggressive. A will be the hollowed grounds again of this pistol round. Flash up, what? Chobo just went right past Ari. She's still here, but the swarm arrives. Emily, flank, good. Oh no, she whiffed the shots. Now she has to fight away. They know she's here now. That was CSM's chance to regain even standings. Now the spike is down. They have to get rid of Emily though, so they'll probably elect to fight her here. She's holding in sewer. She knows that. Waiting for support from the rest of TSM. And they're in position, but still, Emily in a tough spot. Flank starting to come through to affect her. She's trapped here. Now Athena, backline's pushing up. The coordination, great from TSM. They hit it at the same time, but Emily dies for it. Now a 2v2, one in hell. Athena gets it. Benita, last standing. She's so impactful, but can she do it this time? No, goes to the shock. Not expecting Athena in close. And TSM, again, they've pulled out, I think, all but one or two pistols in this entire series. They're so good at them.
It's the second time today that Benita kind of dies with her shark darts out. I want to see her utilizing that weapon. She had the information from her own recon, if I'm not mistaken, that Athena was closing in on her. So just take that gun out and win that fight. Do not try to play around with utilities too much, you know. But TSM winning that pistol after being down one player, especially with Emily getting completely shut down on her flank. Good to see. Let's see what CLG Red wants to do. We want to do a pop. This is a pop in C. We're going to see a Jet entering. Good old style, and this site is going to be completely free for CLG to at least get a spike down.
Yeah, Chobo wants to push here. I like the call, because now she has a gun, and now they have advantage with the spike down. They need to hold him towards long. There's a flank coming. She hears it. Ready and close for one. Almost a second. Just damage onto Zoe. Zoe now trying to push up. But Chobo, the gun we talked about that was recovered,
she's everywhere.
Does work. I mean, she is. She's doing so much. Now Ari trying to work in. Cath from the back line with one with the Spectre. This shouldn't be CLG's round, but they're making it convincing. TSM down to two players working in, and now they have it even. A 2 versus 2. No shock darts in play this time, but a Cypher Cam is waste more time. And up comes Chobo, still fighting, still finding something, and look how they're playing this in long. She has a judge. This is not the weapon, and Chobo has 4 in the round.
Hello, Showbo. Can you play Jets all the time? What is going on? What is going on, Mimi? I love that. You know, CLG was like, okay, we lose pistol. Showbo's on fire. Let's just utilize her entering into that C bomb site. Coincidentally, TSM giving it up. It's not necessarily a bad move, but whoever, I can't recall who it was, walking into the, was it either the dark cover or a cloudburst, but walking into there and Showbo getting that kill, grabbing the gun and just getting 4 kills along the way. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't have won that.
No.
I mean, that's just patently that. And TSM, I mean, think about the mental that that's going to do for them. That might hurt a little bit, losing that round, because now they're down 4. And if CLG wins this, they'll have already hit double digits. It would be a repeat of Icebox, and they'd have to come back again. They'd have to do the same thing twice. They're trying to fight off towards C3 here. Pushing down is Cath, but Chobo is here. And Chobo, as you mentioned, is very much on fire.
We have a player here. I think it's Benita all the way clearing B bomb site. So all of CLG should be able to gather that intel and rotate back to B and plant that spike. All of A-Link is being shut down by Benita. She cannot find anyone. As I say that, she gets the kill onto Athena. But CLG in a good position to close this round out. Well, it's a 1 versus 4 here. Zoe all by her lonesome with the, you know what? It's the baby Bucky. It's the shorty.
Yes, I mean, she should be good for 1 here. Never mind. Guess not. Okay, so CLG Red's on 10, Steph. And TSM, they have to pull back into it. I'm not sure if they're resilient enough. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do this. They need a round very soon. Like, they need it now.
Yeah, it's a situation where on map number 1, they really were not able to recover after losing so many rounds back to back. Like you said, they didn't have that resilience, but I'm really excited to see if they can bring it up, just because, you know, you've seen Cath do so much with Ursova. So maybe once they have good weapons and we can see that push A that's gonna happen, the war is happening again into sewers, maybe it's gonna favor TSM here.
Yeah, that's great. This time Emily gets away. She's not trapped. She's not on an island. And the team, they find it cleanly. This is huge for TSM, but look at what CLG have. There it comes, the resurrection from Animal. Chobo's back in play. And what a woman to have in play for your team. Now they disengage. 3 on the A site, 2 towards C, but B looks to be where CLG is looking.
Naomi just gathering some intel here, trying to see if TSM is going to utilize any utility to counter back that cage play. This is a little bit awkward here. You hate to see it when both players are against the wall. Cath, though, I think is still in the favor position against Shobo. As soon as this wall is going to break,
The timing.
see if Shobo is going to stay there. Cath getting the double. This time, CLG doesn't have a res, and Emily is trying to trade off that kill, but unfortunately for her, her angle is a little bit off, and Animal is going to be able to run away. But look at Naomi in B right now.
She might have a great flank. She does.
Yeah.
That's Athena, but will she expect a second? Up in the window? Well, now she knows. Ari's there. Naomi can't muster the fight. Ari, another shot for her. She's keeping TSM in advantage. Animal has to clutch. No wall to play with. 10 seconds. She has to go B at this point. Or she has to hold on. No, she can double back C, but that's exactly where Ari is. This round is over.
Yeah, Ari really playing this round well. TSM is still into this, guys. I know you have your favorite team in the chat as you watch this, so go ahead and spam and give as much energy as you can, utilizing your favorite player's emote, because right now, this is not over. TSM winning that round really can be a point, a key moment to bring it back for TSM, you know.
Yeah.
Losing my words here. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, there's only 4 rounds away. It is doable. And look at Emily. She's dashing up, and no! Animal wasn't blind. And she gets it instantly, not even a lick of damage. Cath has the trade back, though, with the Hunter's Fury. But they kind of want to keep going here, it looks like. The dart's up. Animal looking for it, and it won't give her any information. But now there's one player into the pocket. That's Zoe. They want to spam away and get something. Battle towards A as well. TSM, they're winning that. They have great numbers here. In a 4v2, Chobo down long. She knows she's here. Will Zoe swing? Will Zoe fight this? She doesn't need to, but she could. She will, and she'll win it cleanly. That's spiked down. And Benita, she is trapped away on the other side of the map. Do you even go for this?
I mean, you try to drop as many players as you can, just because you can't win this. Well, you can do some damage. I'm not sure I like CLG's adjustment here. After they were really lucky in this initial push, killing Emily, not losing any player to that Hunter's Fury. I didn't like that CLG didn't reset out of it, and they didn't capitalize on the fact that there was at least 3 players invested at that C bomb site. They knew that. They saw the abilities come out. So you know there's 3 there. You just got a player's advantage. There's only 4 players left in the server. At least take some ground into middle and to A. And CLG is just kind of waited in limbo, and they got picked off one by one. I didn't like what I saw. It didn't look cute at all.
Yeah, but I liked what what TSM rather did there. In that the second that the push towards C failed, they picked it up with the aggression A, and they regained the space they had lost. I thought that was great from them. And Emily has an op now. Haven't gotten to see much opping from her this series. Chobo did so much with it. And as we see Chobo speak of her, it might be the jet duel to start us off. Will she be ready for an op? A big question. Chobo on the peak. Emily faster. Wins it. She's peeking back in. Lots of damage though. With the shock dart down to 17. But advantage retained. Information that no one's mid. And look where Ari is. They're all passing. She can hear this. She can calm this. And she has support from Athena. No. Athena can't take that. But Naomi will never expect a second player. Ari. Still here. Still in a great spot. And now she'll run it back onto site with the blind. Perfect from that. They're trying to hunt for this frag. Animal wants it, but now that's a spike down. That's in Ari's domain. They recover it though, but Cath there in the back line. Benita alone in hell, peeking out, and she'll be sent to where she is, and that's going to be TSM. They lessen the gap. It's down to 2 rounds.
2 rounds away from a tie game. We have a great third map. This is a great series so far. CLG had so many chances to capitalize on the TSM mistakes here. I don't know what to say. I think that CLG is having difficulties kind of taking decision and just going with a call. They're getting stuck in these limbos here where, you know, if they just rolled over TSM, when they decide to do something and commit with it, maybe we could see a different situation with CLG Red on a save round, at least a low buy, trying to go with the knives here with Chobo. She's been doing a lot of work, so let's see if she can win this anti-eco. And Spike is going to get planted right away for CLG.
They'll be happy about that. We take an order now. Ari the first. She'll blind out. It should be another kill, but there's actually a blind in response as well. CLG don't have a lot of chances in this, but that might be a little more doable now. They have 2 frags, a 3v3. Cath peeks out, eats some damage. Now she knows where one is, but she has teammates on the site. Suspects Benita. Hunter's Fury up, though. Cath can hunt this, but no, she doesn't expect anyone. She knew she was there. What happened? This is sloppy from TSM, and they could lose it as a result. Athena trying to hold on to the spike. Shock dart's getting her off. Benita for that. This is terrible for TSM because they could lose this right here, and they might have to. Emily forced away, holding on to the op. They just got ecoed. There was no investment from CLG, and that's 11.
That's 11, and it's going to be high point for CLG as Benita falls down. Like you mentioned, I think that was key here, where Benita pulling her Hunter's Fury out and getting covered by Animal. Wow, that was great. That was so fast. Things are falling apart for TSM, as you mentioned. So let's see if they can bring it back onto this round. You do not want to let this eco round get the best out of you. Your mental is still in the game. Hopefully you were winning back-to-back rounds. You were coming back. It was a 10-5 at some point, and you still have an operator into your hands. And Emily here trying to hold that C bomb site with her up, and CLG is just doing a repeat of last round, taking mid fast, and they just want to put the spike. They did it with pistols, so they want to do it again with guns this time.
Yeah, TSM again, they're not fighting this. They don't have a way to. No Hunter's Fury. No denial. Cath has a great spot, though, in Garage if she needs a kill. And she can't get it. Naomi quicker. She had the crosshair placement, but no shot. CLG, they have one in sight. That's Rise holding. And who's quicker? It's Athena. And Emily as well, one with the op. Another, but no, the trade through. Naomi gets it. So a 3-on-3, but look where Zoe is down long. She can make herself a menace here. She can keep them flushed out. The resurrection, though, brings Chobo back into play. And TSM, they need to fight quickly and pinch the site, but Naomi goes huge. 3 already in the round for her. Athena backline trying to fight. She knows there's another one, but can't find the shot, so Chobo wins it. It's just Zoe to keep it off match point, to keep them in this, to keep a chance, and she can't do it. Now, this is such a tough situation for TSM. They would need 4 in a row to take us to overtime, to stay alive in the tournament.
It's tough, but it's doable. I do believe there's a little bit of mistakes coming out of TSM, but I like the way CLG kind of adjusted after that initial, hey, we're going to do the same thing again, but watch out, we're coming back to Garage. Cath falling here was key. It allowed CLG to kind of explode towards that C bump side, really gain some room and momentum. So TSM just need to watch out and not get caught in these situations. They need to do as much as they can to win time and kind of let CLG use the timer and run out of time.
They need to make a change here. Emily body blocked on the dash, so some damage exchanged going both ways. CLG Red, they're playing a default, sweating TSM out. This is what they excel at. Emily towards long, wants an early pick. Naomi in the pocket, though. She could go big here. 1 frag, the second as well. CLG, they could do it right here. There's another one behind her, though. They could get her. That's Ari. She'll find it, but still advantage lies with CLG, and they're redirecting towards the C site. No one can deny this plant. It has to be a retake at disadvantaged odds.
Yeah, and if Benita is able to get control, keep control of that flank, like this could be huge. And
no.
she gets the first kill onto Ari. She is getting pressured back by Cath.
Now it just has to be her.
Yeah, tremendous amount of work here. She needs to win a 1 versus 3. Can she do it, Mimi?
I don't know. It's going to be so hard for her. Her team's life, TSM on the line, but she can't do it. CLG, they take it in 2-1 fashion as they will move on, continue this lower bracket run, and TSM, they're eliminated from the tournament.
Fortunately for the TSM's fan as well as the TSM players, this will be it. But what a showing from them. I did not expect them to be that strong, coming in with a fresh, raw